Panama just got named one of the best places in the world to go retire. We made it into a very short list of 5 countries, so very proud. And now, where would you retire in Panama? Today we're going to talk about Boquete. Just came from there. Had a wonderful weekend. Why is Boquete so popular? Boquete is that mountain area of Panama. It's about 1,200 meters over the ocean. So you have that sweater weather, that volcano experience. It is gorgeous. It's one of those places that it's really easy to fall in love just on first sight. So it is mostly people from North America that are used to that sweater weather, but not extreme, of course. It's more like that eternal spring that are really, really enjoying that area. Today, we're going to be answering general questions about Boquete and a little bit about cost, rent, buy in Boquete. So stay tuned. How do you get to Boquete? Well, the first thing is to get to the beach. You can get to the beach driving, and it's going to be about 6-7 hours, or you can go flying, and it's just going to be 1 hour. And from there, you get a car if you were flying. Rent, you can do that online. And then it's another hour to Boquete. So you get to the beach, and then you get to Boquete. My preference, obviously, is going to be flying. No, I'm not going to be driving 7 hours there. Second, what is the climate and environment in Boquete? For those of you who are in that Fahrenheit versus Celsius, in Panama we talk Celsius. In Fahrenheit, that would be around mid-70s Fahrenheit, low 60s Fahrenheit. Our dry season in Panama tends to be anywhere between January and April. So that's also the same for Boquete. Now, Boquete is known for having what they call the bajareque. So it's mountains, it's the cloud forest. It is a magical cloud forest. I love that. But do expect the forest to produce the cloud and the cloud to come and wash you over. So they have that mist that they call it bajareque. It's almost like a culture there, like a bajareque culture. There's like coffees called bajareque, like everything is bajareque there. So you will see that you're kind of like in that Lord of the Rings environment meets Narnia. So I love that. But yes, so you will see less rain anywhere between January and April. What about that expat community there? You have expats from all over the world. That is a community that traditionally was founded by Swiss, Germans. So it's very, very cute. I mean, those farms, the coffee farms, I think the origin of the coffee farms come all the way back who started those original families that started the farms had all like German, Swiss descendants. So you'll see a lot of different history in Boquete. You have there several festivals. Boquete is known because it is the breadbasket of Panama. That's where all the food gets produced, the flowers. Of course, you have the magnificent dirt of the volcano, the black dirt, so you find everything. It's just such, all the farm to table experiences there are fabulous. So you will find a little bit of activity, a lot of activity around the coffee farms, other type of farms that are popping out, agroturismo. We just came from Hacienda Mamecillo. And shout out to Rolando and Gabriela. It's an amazing experience. If you guys are going to Boquete and would like to stay there, I think they're now opening to be able to stay. Make a reservation. It's farm to table. You can't just show up. They really do count everything because it's truly coming from the farm. And you do a hike and you enjoy their company. It's an amazing experience, and they're so passionate about it. But there are a number of also organic farms there and beautiful, beautiful restaurants. So you have the Feria de las Flores, which is a huge thing. And then you have a number of ferias. Next year, pay attention, Boquete is going to become the capital of the world's coffee. For the very first time, Panama is hosting the Barista World Championship. So imagine that. Oh my God. I mean, you may know that by now that geisha is one of the world's most expensive coffees. Guess where geisha is produced? It's produced in Boquete. So all of those farms and now even research laboratories are there in Boquete. So in October next year, that competition is going to be in Panama City. So if you're trying to come to Panama next October, plan ahead, because as much as the activity is going to be in Panama City, the real deal is going to be in Boquete. So plan ahead. Feria de las Flores, the World Championship next year is going to be a busy one. So what else is in Boquete? They have a jazz fest. They have an active opera group. As one of those expats once wrote, and I have the quote here, there is an active expat community and there's a group for everything. So I think that's amazing. If you are thinking on going to live there, a little bit of price ranges, what to expect. Boquete, you have, as always, you have the town, which is the one street. And we love it. It's just so charming. You have like the church and the main street, and that's where you'll find most of the restaurants and the stores. And just off there, there's a couple of like the chocolate experience, the honey experience. And then you have different areas around. Depending on how high you are, how closer to the mountain or how low you are, that's how the pricing is going to be. If you're in town, if you're out of town, if you're more rural, like not even getting to Boquete, but in towns like Dolega, everything reflects on the price. Obviously, Valle Escondido, for example, and areas that are higher are going to get you in that high range. If you were to rent, rentals vary quite a bit. But I would say the most charming rentals are anywhere around 1,200 to 2,500 for the more luxury and put together rentals. And the same for houses. You are going to see good options in that 300 range and quite a number of more variety, especially on the 3-bedroom category in that 500, 600,000 range. So in terms of real estate for sale, that would be your range. And for rent, then that would be your range. If you are in other areas like Dolega, it lowers immediately. Dolega is outside Boquete, just way lower, and it's more rural. And then there are some areas just getting into Boquete that are starting to sprout. So depending on your budget, you might be able to find different areas still connected. But it's all like that montaña, that mountain experience. Now, with that said, one of the things that are important for you to know is that you will need a car. So you know how I feel about cars. But in the mountains, you will need a car. And not only a car, you're most likely going to need a 4x4, like a proper 4x4. I always joke that Chiriquí is like Toyota Nation. And specifically the Hilux, you'll find it everywhere. But you know why? It's mountain, it's terrain. That's the car that takes anything and everything. So yes. You will need a 4x4. If this is your first time and you are staying in a cabaña somewhere, do ask if you'll need a 4x4 to get there, because most likely you'll see all the roads being fine right until you have to make that left turn. And then you're like, just let it 4x4, guys. Just do it. Challenges and consideration. I would say, above all, I absolutely love Boquete. Boquete is one of those places that even I will look into when, in the very, very future, into retiring. But you do have to consider a couple of things. First, you are an hour away from David. David is the main city, and that is where you'll find true medical care. So if you need to be 20 minutes or less from a medical facility, like a serious medical facility, Boquete is an hour away. So consider that, and you'll be, driving yourself. It's not that you have easy public transportation from Boquete down. So that would be one thing. The other is definitely moving around. You are going to be needing, it's always that logistic, depending on where you rent or where you buy. You're always going to have that logistic of bringing things, getting things, etc. It's not as walkable as you would think, unless you are in downtown in that one street. There are a couple of projects that are going in that area, and that area is developing very quickly. Now it has far more infrastructure, but it is a town that is starting to get that infrastructure. So some people enjoy that journey, and some people need things to be a little bit more ready. My recommendation, go there and spend some time first, rent, live it, enjoy it, and really figure out for your case if it makes sense. I know that I absolutely adore it. Especially if you're a coffee and flour and chocolate and honey lover, nothing like it. So if you like this video, tell a friend, plan your trip ahead, especially for 2026, and come enjoy Boquete.